Okay, Jason with Green Wave Therapeutics. We are about to do a treatment for the injured finger here, and this gentleman is showing me some ways that we can improve upon the broken finger with therapeutic measures. I've got to get it healed up so that I can coach my boot camp classes. So Jason, tell us a little bit about your business and the benefits of Green Wave therapy for these athletes in here that get injured.
So Green Wave Therapeutics is an alternative therapy. You can use it with your existing therapies. It's very complementary. We treat pain, inflammation due to injury, disease. The main modality of treatment we use is this. It's called MagnaWave PIMP. That's the machine over there if you want to point to it.
Okay. This machine here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this is PIMP therapy, pulse electromagnetic field or frequency therapy.
Gotcha.
And it works on a cellular level. So when you have an injury or disease that's causing inflammation and pain, what happens cell-wise is the cells become thick, and so toxins can't get out, nutrients and oxygen.
Scar tissue, right? Scar tissue, is that an issue?
That comes a little bit later. So what happens is the mitochondria in the cell stops working and stops producing ATP, and when that happens, the cell loses its own electromagnetic field around it, so it stops communicating with the other cells around it. So they do the same thing, and eventually, within seconds, a lot of times, you get a lot of swelling, a lot of inflammation, a lot of pain. When you work on it with pulse electromagnetic fields, like I'm doing now, what happens is the cell walls become more permeable, oxygen, nutrients in, toxins out. The mitochondria starts working, that's the kind of the engine of the cell, starts producing more ATP.
It's like the powerhouse of the cell, yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
And the other cells see that, swelling goes down, inflammation goes down, so pain goes down, and those cells are healing themselves. And so, for instance, if you have a broken arm, broken finger, in just a regular cast or just in a splint or whatever, it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks to heal. When you treat it with this, a few times a week during the break, you can cut that time in half, at least by a third. So it doesn't matter if it's soft tissue or bone, or even blood, it heals on a cellular level. So it's going to work on just about anything.
Yeah, I noticed in the last time that you had treated my finger that there was a remarkable difference, especially in the reduction of the pain and inflammation, because it's quite a break. I really clipped the whole top of the finger off with that break in that bone. It's one of the worst kind of breaks that you can break at the tip of your finger, really. So the recovery, I'm about 8 weeks out. This week I start physical therapy, and I was really impressed with how much the swelling and the pain was reduced with the treatments. Just the one treatment the first time. So.
And that's immediate. I mean,
it was immediate, truly. And I don't like to back up or give testimony to something unless I've actually been there, done it, seen it, experienced it. And so that's a true testimony to Green Wave Therapeutics, is that it does have tremendous benefits. It's a nasty break in that finger right there. Because I didn't realize how much we use our fingers for like every single thing we do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's, and this is an injury that a lot of people might get. Fingers, toes broken, stuff like that.
Martial arts, yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot. I work on a lot of backs, knees, ankles, elbows, shoulders, necks, hips, just about.
Yeah, in the 21 years I've been a trainer, I've noticed that the high risk injury areas would be lower back, neck, shoulders, knees.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wouldn't say the hands are as common, but in martial arts, I could totally see it.
Yeah, this is, I've treated several broken fingers, and they're never not normally from sports or martial arts or anything, normally it's I had one girl that was wrestling with her teenage daughter, just playing around, and
Oh, no.
broke her hand and her finger. So it happens, you know, especially when we get a little bit older. I'm seeing a lot of hips this summer for some reason. I don't know why, but hips.
Oh, I pray I'm never that person that has a broken hip. That sounds very painful and unfortunate.
Luckily, it's not. None of the ones I'm seeing right now are broken.
Good.
Knock on wood, but just pain. Some of the sports, cheerleading, volleyball.
So it's not necessarily just for like a broken bone. It would be for any type of inflammation, injury, strain or tear in the ligaments, tendons, or muscles.
So broken bone was just an example. So
right. So overuse over time.
Most of what I see, you know, is muscle, tendons, ligaments.
Gotcha.
And all your joints.
And that makes sense.
And then I treat things like migraine headaches too with the same.
Oh, I could see that.
I do reflexology. I do.
And tell me, what is reflexology, Jason? That's with the feet?
It's with the feet. It's
Gotcha.
certain points on the feet and the hands, and there's a few more that I use throughout the body, on the legs mostly. So I treat stiff muscles with reflexology a lot.
Okay.
Things in the lower back, sciatica, I treat with reflexology. Migraine headaches, I treat with it. And sometimes ankles and knees, just depending on, you know, the person. I always go through the bottom of the foot with this.
Okay.
If I'm treating just about anything, just because every nerve in your body comes down through
the feet.
Your feet.
Yeah.
So you can actually, there's places in your feet that I can hit with this, and you feel it like all the way up in your neck and stuff. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what reflexology is. It's just connecting points of your nerves to other points of your nerves. And I do compression therapy, which is, it's kind of like massaging your legs, but it's a machine. It's called Normatec compression.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
And it takes all the lactic acid and stuff out.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
So it's great for recovery. Matter of fact,
yeah, when you train consistently, like I train every week, you become focused more on the recovery than the training time. The hydration, the nutrition, the activities centered around recovery.
About prevention and recovery.
Yes.
But that's a real good thing for recovery. It has shoulder attachments, leg attachments, and hip attachments. Then I have red light therapy, which is good for sore, achy muscles and stuff.
I've heard that red light therapy is a phenomenal addition to recovery. I've never tried it. I'm definitely curious.
It's pretty awesome. So it works on a cellular level too, like PIMP therapy, but it works a little different than PIMP therapy. It's a little technical to get into with a short video, but you can read about it on my website, greenwavetherapy.com.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, shout out to the website so we can get folks more information, because this is going on my YouTube channel, and then I'm going to share it to all of my social media avenues, because I really want to get the word out there and help people to see ways that we're offering so much diversity here at One Tribe, not just in our classes, but in the techniques of recovery. And I just think that's awesome, because recovery is life. Having a good plan of recovery is just, it's a game changer.
Absolutely. And I see so many athletes injure themselves because they don't take time to recover.
Yes. And you know, as a woman in her 40s who's been training for over 20 years, in my 20s, I was so athletic. I would just run all these 5Ks and 10Ks and half marathons. And then in my 30s, I started to collect a few injuries because I trained a little too hard. And now I'm in my 40s, and I'm all about prevention and safety. Even with a broken finger, it doesn't look like it, but I try to be as preventative as possible. And I teach my clients and guests of my boot camp to do the same. Don't get hurt. You can't. You learn the hard way. You can't reverse an injury.
Yes.
But we can recover well with things like techniques like green wave therapy.
Now, can we spread this finger a little bit?
Yeah, I keep it wrapped up during boot camp so that I don't get that incision dirty. But
that's a good thing about this. Sorry, it's so hot in here today.
It's been a hot boot camp too. It's part of
So-
July in Alabama.
Oh, no kidding. So we do go through casts and stuff.
You
if we have
do?
to, yeah.
Okay.
So we can go right through it.
That's fascinating.
I prefer, like obviously if somebody has like a knee brace or a walking boot or a wrist brace, I'll take that off to work on them.
Yeah.
But if they have a cast that won't come off, I can go right through that if they have a broken bone. And that's about it. I have, targeted cryotherapy as well, but I think I'm going to phase that out. So.
Well, then, Jason, tell us what hours are you going to be available here at One Tribe in Madison at 97 Hughes Road, Suite K?
So I'm going to have an open clinic every Monday from 3 to 7 p.m. here at One Tribe. And then the rest of the week is by appointment only. So
Okay, so it'll be evening availability after 3?
Mm-hmm.
And your price range is what? Somewhere between like $35 and $75 roughly?
It just depends on the person. It's the roundabout figure is $59.
Gotcha.
It can go as low as $35 and as much as $79, just depending on what I'm working on. But
Okay.
average is $59.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate all the awesome information, Jason. I'm a big supporter and a big fan for all the therapeutic means that we're going to be offering here at One Tribe to help all of our athletes and dedicated fitness enthusiasts like myself. So thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.
Yes, ma'am.
And I look forward to working with you consistently.